Chimey Giraffe, and today we are going to mix up some more paints. These, again, are paints I have never used before. So, we'll have to play it by ear on the ratios, but the paints are Anita's All-Purpose Glow. We've got yellow and green. Here's what the bottles look like. There's only 2 ounces here, which means that it won't make a ton of paint with my normal ratios, or even with any ratio if you do 50-50 or whatnot. So we're not going to mix them all up because I'm going to put them in these little 5 by 5.5 ounce little containers. They come with lids, so I can preserve them that way instead of using a 16 ounce bottle. So we will get started here. I'm not exactly sure how much. So again, just play it by ear here. I think we'll use that much for now. And then Floetrol, of course. And then given how watery these were, I probably will not use water. They weren't very thick. And then because we're using these containers, I will not be straining it. If I was going to strain it into a bottle, if I was going to put it into a bottle, then I would strain it before putting it in there. So when using these, if we have chunks, which I really don't think we should have too many because it was so runny as it is. So it's not like it's a thick, chunky paint to begin with. But if there are chunks when we do our paintings, then we'll just have to pick them out. I've not used these yet, as I said, so we'll have some experiments in the future to see how well they glow, what colors they turn into. Oh no, I'm making a mess. So yeah, pretty simple combination here. This was probably, I don't know. Let me do it again and I'll see if I can pay attention this time. It's definitely more than 50-50, but just probably slightly more, maybe. I'm making bubbles. Maybe still pretty close to our 30-70. I'm no mathematician here, but it's, well, no, because this is 2 ounces, and we're obviously not using all of it. But still probably about a 1/3 ratio, but just not. Yeah. I think I filled up about a 1/3 of the way with the paint, and then the rest of the way about 2/3 with the Floetrol. So about the same ratio, just no water because it's runny enough. You don't need. The water is really just for consistency. So depending on your consistency will depend on how much or little water you need. So if it's a really thick paint, you'll need more water. If it's a really thin paint, then you won't need water, or you'll need less water. But in this case, we're going to go no water. Okay, we're just mixing it up, making sure everything's incorporated, scraping the bottom, scraping the sides, and then we'll just put the lid on it, mark it with a Sharpie as to what it is, and then come back and use it in a future video. Whoa, what was that? Maybe I will strain these. Look at that. My Floetrol wasn't strained, I remember now. Failed to strain my Floetrol. Let's strain these real quick. Normally, if you strain your Floetrol, you don't need to strain these because there's nothing that would be chunky in it. But I'm not going to waste these little containers, so as soon as we're done, I will rinse them out. And 99% of the time I do strain my Floetrol. Honestly, just forgot today. And that's why it wasn't strained. don't know how I managed to forget that. The strainer for the Floetrol is right there, right on top of the strainer, for right underneath the strainer for the paint. Because they have different sizes. Because it would be silly to try to run a gallon worth of stuff through this little tiny strainer. So I have this bigger one that I would just sit there and pour the Floetrol in, and yeah. But not today. Alright, now we should be good on that one. We'll do the next one. We'll just do it like this. Before rinsing these out, I will see if any more paint will drip out of it into a leftover paint cup, just to not waste it. That's a bit odd. Alright, we'll call that good as well. Here's our lid. So there we go. I do have a few other colors. I actually did pour them into bottles because I didn't realize how little paint was going to come out of them. But I think I have like their pink and their yellow, or their pink and their orange, and then we have yellow and green. So we'll use these in a future video. I just want to show you how I mix up these paints with different consistencies. I do want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and do what makes you happy.